Well, hi, and welcome back to Lavonne's Kitchen. Today in the kitchen, I'm making the Bolognese sauce for my penne pasta, which I'm going to be doing in my next video. I like to let my sauce sit overnight, which is why I'm not doing the whole dish all at once. So, let's get started. I'm going to show you my ingredients. First of all, we have some ground beef that I'm going to brown. We have some marinara sauce. I have some garlic powder, some black pepper, some parsley, some Italian seasoning, and some basil. That's all I need for my sauce. So I'm gonna start browning my ground beef, and while I do that, I need you guys to do what? You know, hit that subscribe button. So I'm gonna brown this. Let me get this started. Stir it up a little. I'm gonna let that brown. I'm gonna open up my can of my marinara sauce. Now, marinara sauce is already a good sauce. It has tomatoes in it. It has seasonings already in it, but I like mine to have a little extra seasoning. I like it to be a little tastier than just regular canned marinara sauce. So we are going to add some more ingredients. We are going to let it sit overnight so that those flavors will marry and together, and we're going to have one heck of a sauce. So I'm going to brown that, and that's going to take about 5 minutes. So my ground beef has started to brown. It's not done yet. But what I like to do is add seasoning while the meat is cooking, because you want to layer your flavors. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of my seasonings now. And that way the seasonings cook into the meat while the meat is cooking. This is going to be delicious. We'll just stir it up, get it nice and mixed in there. Like I said, that's going to take about 5 minutes, so I'll be back. So my ground beef is browned, and I'm gonna drain it right quick. See, it's nice and brown. So I put my strainer inside, put it inside of a cake pan. But it's hot, and I don't want this juice and oil, to go into anything plastic or anything like that. So I'm gonna pour it in my strainer. Drain all of that juice off of there. And once I drain the juice, I'm just going to put it right back in this pan. And let it sit for a minute and drain. While that's draining, remember I had my marinara sauce, which I want to show you something. Marinara sauce, this particular one is very thick. As you can see, you can see it's very thick, which I really like. So I'm gonna pour my marinara sauce in here and try not to splash it all over myself if I can. There we go. Get all of that goodness out of there. Toss that. And of course, I have to add my secret ingredient to everything. I didn't show you this at the beginning because it's a secret. No, it's not a secret. I put salsa in almost everything, especially in a tomato dish because it's tomatoes. But it also has peppers, onions, all kinds of spices and flavor. It just adds so much flavor to whatever you're cooking. So I put it in almost everything. It kicks it up a notch. So I'm gonna add a little salsa. I'm gonna put almost a cup in here because I'm cooking a lot of sauce. So you just stir that up in there first. Then I'm going to take my ground beef and mix it. Make sure it's drained nice and good. Get all of that out of there. your sauce to be greasy. So I'm getting all of that out of there. Then we're gonna pour it in here, mix it up. Now, Bolognese sauce is a meat sauce, so there is a difference in Bolognese sauce and just spaghetti sauce. It's a meat sauce, so I want to put a lot of meat. If you notice, I put a lot of ground beef in here. So I'm going to mix this up really well, and then I'm going to let it cook for 5 minutes to get all of the flavor from the tomato sauce in here into that meat. Mix it all up very well. And see, it's a meat sauce. It's not just spaghetti sauce. I'm gonna only heat it up for 5 minutes just to let it, all simmer together and everything. And I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator overnight so that it'll soak up the flavor. Just let it sit there and soak in. And then I'll come back tomorrow with part 2 and add my penne pasta to it. And you're talking about something good, we're gonna have some penne pasta bolognese. So there's my sauce, and I'm gonna let that heat up for now, just for 5 minutes, and we'll be all set. Hi, and welcome back to Lavonne's Kitchen. Today we're in the kitchen doing the other half of our penne pasta bolognese. If you remember yesterday, we made the sauce, our bolognese sauce, and we wanted it to sit overnight. So I want you to see, we made a big old pot of it. It's real thick. With a spoon so you can see this. Look at how thick that is. It's real thick. Remember, bolognese sauce is a meat sauce. It's not a spaghetti sauce. It's a meat sauce. So you have more meat than sauce. So we made it yesterday, and I've let it sit in the refrigerator overnight so all those flavors can marry together and everything. So today I'm gonna cook the pasta and put it all together. So I'm gonna heat this up first of all. So I'm gonna put this on the stove and let this heat up. I'm cooking penne pasta with it. It's similar to a macaroni noodle, but it's straight. It has ridges in it. It's a short noodle, and it'll hold that sauce onto it very well. So I'm making a lot of this because today we're going out to feed the homeless. So I'm making a lot of it. So I'm gonna use 2 containers. These are 16-ounce containers, so we're going to use 2 pounds. And so as you can see, I have my big large pot of water. It's already starting to boil. So what you do with pasta to flavor it, of course we're going to put the meat sauce in it, but pasta has to have salt. You put your salt in your water while it's boiling in order to season your pasta. And you put a generous amount of salt. So I am going to put a generous amount of salt in this water. I guess the boiling water really makes the salt dissolve well. I guess if I put this on a bigger thing where I can actually get it out more. So I'm just shaking for days. There we go. I'm sitting here shaking for days. I'm dancing instead of cooking. Okay, so I'm just gonna stir this in here. It's already come to a boil, so I'm gonna add my pasta. And we want our pasta to be al dente, which means it's still a little on the stiff side. It's not very soft. And one more. Stir that in there and let it boil. Now remember, with pasta, you have to continue to stir it because you don't want it to stick together. You don't want it to stick to your pan. So I'm gonna let this continue to cook until it's al dente, but I'm going to continue to stir it, as well as my sauce. I'm gonna let it heat up, and then we'll combine the two, and we will have some delicious penne pasta bolognese. Okay, our pasta has boiled and our sauce has heated up and let all those juices and tomatoes and the meat and peppers and onions and everything just gel together. So our sauce is ready. Now I'm going to drain my pasta and then I'm going to combine the sauce with it. But what I want to do first, let me show you. This is a lot. You know I always cook in large quantities, so this is a lot. So what I'm going to use is my trusty dusty roasting pan, and I'm going to line the bottom of it with some of the sauce first. It just makes it easier to mix it up once I put the pasta in there. So I'll put some sauce in the bottom. I'll put the pasta on top of that sauce, and I'll put some sauce on top of that pasta, and it just makes it easier to mix it up. That's all. So I'm going to drain my pasta. Put that on top of there. I'm going to put a little bit more pasta because we got a lot of sauce. So I'm going to put a little bit more pasta. So we'll put some sauce on top of here. I want a lot of sauce. Take our spoon. A lot of meat in there. This is a meal. All of this meat in here in this pasta. Look at some of these big, thick tomatoes in there. This is a meal. Your tomatoes are your vegetable, your meat are your protein, and your pasta is your starch. Look at that. So, what do you guys think? More meat? Why not? We got enough. Let's do a little more. And there you have it, our pasta bolognese. So I think I'm gonna cook a bit more because, like I said, this is for homeless people. We're gonna go out and give dinners to the homeless. So I wanna make sure I have enough, and I definitely have enough sauce. So I've got another half a pot of sauce left. So I'm gonna do 2 more bags of pasta and make another big pan so that we have enough. But that's our penne pasta with bolognese sauce. I'm glad you joined me today. For those of you, if it's your first time in the kitchen, make sure you go out and hit that subscribe button. For those subscribers who are always in the kitchen with me, make sure you meet me in the comments. Let me know some other things that you want me to cook, and I'll see you next time in the kitchen. Bye.